Katie at the Fabric Squirrel, and I am surrounded by the most beautiful, colourful, summery fabrics that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to give you some inspiration on things that you can make. I'm going to focus on summery tops, or just tops in general, because I don't know about you, but I always default to making dresses. But actually, I love wearing jeans, so I need to up my game. I need to make more tops that I can wear all year round, and I've got quite a few autumny and spring style tops, but I need to focus on some more summer tops. So that is why I'm here today. I am going to start by talking about the top that I'm wearing today, and that is, it's a McCall's pattern. It's M8256. I've made it a few times. I've made it with long sleeve, and I've made it, I'll show you, in quilting cotton. And rather than use binding, I have added elastic, and then I added shearing to the waistband, and it gives it a completely different look. You wouldn't know this was the same pattern. So I've done this in quilting cotton. So obviously you have a massive selection if you do it with quilting cotton. It's more structured when you use quilting cotton, but I quite like that. So that is this one, and this one I used this fabric here, which is a Jacquard fabric, and it has got the pattern woven into it. So I've got it in orange and green. I really like this orange, and I really like the orange over here, which is why I went for the green in this one. I love green anyway, it's my colour. It's still got a little bit of structure, it's still cotton. I love natural fibres of it, but you could do something a bit floatier. This is more of a polyester, and this one is much more drapey. So you'd get, again, I think you'd get a different look completely, and I think this is quite casual, whereas I think if you made it in this one, it would be quite like going out, it would be a bit more dress up. It's obviously got that leopard print in it as well. So orange leopard print is going to be a real statement. So yeah, I do love this one. This one here, again, I ummed and ahed of whether to make it in this one or this one. But it's the green stripe, and the stripe again is woven into the fabric. So all really strong contenders for this pattern here, but I also had a look through some other camis, and it's not one that I've made, but it's on my hit list, and it's the Ogden cami from True Bias. So I've used Stash Hub. I've printed them out in case you're wondering what I'm looking at. So I've printed them out, but hopefully I will have them appearing on the screen next to me. Stash Hub have got a new feature on their website, which is Magic Mockup. So you can put a picture of your fabric, a picture of the pattern, and it just like magifies it and shows you what it could look like. And this, I think, is going to be a game changer, and hopefully a feature that I will start using in all my videos to help show you how these can look. So two big trends that I have noticed this year, and I don't know about you, but Seersucker and Gingham. So the two together make this ultimate mega match of fabrics. So Seersucker is basically, it's cotton, but it's got puckers in it, so it adds texture, and I think texture is everything this summer. So I've got three here, although I do have other ginghams on different bases. I've got a few viscose as well, but I thought I'll bring out the Seersucker because I think these will work really nicely to make up Tilly and the Buttons Mabel. So this is a Mabel top that I have made already, and again, I use quilting cotton for this one. But I am desperate to make it in another fabric base. I actually want to make this top up in a few different fabrics. The reason I think it's going to work really well with the gingham is because of the shearing, and it's going to be much easier for you to follow a line for your shearing, and it's going to just give it a whole different dimension. This yellow has been flying out, and I think the mock-up in the yellow looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I don't know what you think, but I personally think this yellow is the strongest one. The Seersucker is slightly wider on this one as well, because it's the same size as the check that goes through it. And then I've got this green and pink, which again I think also look really lovely in the Mabel. And then a proper girly like pink and yellow and blue. I'm also really desperate to make this up in a viscose. So these are two viscose fabrics that have arrived recently, which I think will be ideal for summer. So I think this cherry one particularly, especially if you are taking part in the So Fruity challenge, which I'll put details of below, then this cherry is perfect. So it's 100% viscose, which makes it super floaty. I think it's going to give a completely different look to the Mabel compared to the one I've made in quilting cotton. And again, the mock-up of it looks beautiful. So while I'm talking about the viscose, I thought I'd also talk about Marnie. So Marnie is one of my favourite patterns, but I think it's probably suited for the colder days in summer because of the long sleeves. And I just don't, you could do it in short sleeve, but I just don't feel like I would want it in a short sleeve version. But it is a great go-to when you want to cover up, you don't want to wear a full-on jumper. I think these are more summery, so you could get away with it feeling a bit more summery in the white and pink especially. This is one that I made in viscose, and this is one that I've made in quilting cotton, and they look like a completely different top. I didn't add the puckers, the pleats and tucks, to this one. So you can see how it sits so differently depending on the different fabric, but I think they both have their place and I do enjoy wearing both of them. And I have learnt to love this one because it started off as a dress, which I've now cut down to a top, and it gets loads more wear out of it now. So Marnie should never be dismissed. Again, it's Tilly and the Buttons. I've gone quite heavy with Tilly and the Buttons actually on this video because I feel like she's my safe place and I can give honest reviews because I've made most of them up. So yeah, Marnie for these, Mabel for these ones, both Tilly and the Buttons. So this lovely lot is either double gauze or broderie anglaise or a little bit of both. So they have that just extra texture. So the broderie anglaise it's got tiny little holes in it. They're like embroidered in. So you would have to consider how comfortable you were with that showing through what you're wearing. So either wear like a new bra or a same coloured bra, or you'd have to consider something that was lined. So I have a few suggestions. This is a Connie top that I made out of an old tablecloth actually, and it's one of my favourites, and I think this in one of the broderie anglaise would be beautiful. And you could literally just line these top parts here, and the rest I think it would be quite nice, including the back if it was see-through. So that would be my suggestion for the broderie anglaise in either the green, the blue, or in this double gauze as well. It's really light and like summery, so yeah, those would be high on my list. I've actually pre-washed some of this purple double gauze because I think it will make a really nice summer top. I made a pair of trousers that's got some lilac in it, and I cannot I just can't find anything that I think goes well with it. But I do think this lilac will go well with it, so I've made it with this pair of trousers in mind, and I think that will go nicely as an effle top. Although she has got another pattern I'll try and bring a picture up, but I can't remember the name of it, where the sleeves are a bit bigger and shorter. So possibly that one might be better. Yeah, that is my plan. I've only pre-washed a metre of it. I think it's nice to see what we can get out of a metre of fabric, especially if I'm not too worried about the sleeves being short and I can be flexible. So I actually don't have much of this blue fabric left now. It's sold really well. I've got a little bit more of the green, but the other pattern that I thought would work really well for either of these two is the bloom blouse from Seamwork. So again, you'd have to be conscious of lining it or what you're wearing underneath. I always have like a stash of just vest tops, just strappy vest tops that I wear underneath clothes anyway. So I would just do something like that rather than line the clothes, because I think for festivals it's quite nice just to wear a bikini top underneath it. So yeah, that would be what I did. I have actually mocked up a few of the bloom blouse in this blue, but also some of these ginghams, because I also think it would work really well in these, especially because you've got the pleats and then the pleats with the stripes, and you can match them up. And it's easier, I think, to do pleats when you've got a stripy fabric, because you can use them as your guide. So I really love that pattern. I haven't I've got my eye on it. I haven't made that one up, so I can't give you any advice on that one. But I hope you like my pattern suggestions. I will leave a link to all the fabrics and all of the patterns that I've mentioned. I have made up quite a few of them, so I can point you in the right direction for videos or help, or if you've got any questions about any of the patterns that I've made up, then let me know. And like I say, I have got quite a few on my to sew list as well, so I hope to share some more insights with you very soon. So yeah, thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe, because I have loads of fabric and loads of sewing ideas that I want to share with you.